Hello guys, welcome to Survival Russia. Today we're just gonna hang out a little bit on the homestead because the wife is in Moscow. That means I do not travel to the forest for several reasons. I do not like to leave the houses unattended. We have the sort of like highway down here. It's only 20 years old, 20 years or something like, since the region here got opened up. So yeah, I'm a little bit stuck here, but I think we're gonna shoot some guns and drink some vodka because it's a holiday today and blah 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 blah. But yeah, more about that later. We're just gonna hang out a little bit today. But first of all, let's go to the garage and check out the Lars because I solved the problem. The problem, you regular viewers know what I'm talking about. So down here we have the problem. Here's the old part. Goes down here. The old part is called the kingpin, I found out. And you can see it sits there with quite a good amount of play. But here we have the new part. I've had it made by a guy who works on a lathe like 30 kilometers from here. And you can see it just goes in a bit of the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat up this little thing down here. Then I'm gonna tap this kingpin in with a hammer, and it's gonna sit there very, very snugly and firmly. I had lots of suggestions on making a sleeve and blah 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 blah, but the sleeve will not work because the sleeve simply had to be like 3/10 of a millimeter thick, and there's no way I'll ever get it in without damaging it, and it will not hold up. But okay, let's get on with the program. I think we're also gonna take a look at the Dutch one-man pop tent down there because it has been buried down there since mid-November or late November or something like that. So down there we can just see the top of a Dutch one-man pop tent. Let's go and look and see how it's going with the little tent there. So there we have the little Dutch one-man pop tent. There we have an AK apple tree. That's pretty rare actually. This tent is under extreme pressure. Extreme pressure, I'll say. Wow. Let's take a look inside. Let's see. Same over here. It's crazy it's holding up to this pressure actually. I think I have been a little bit too rough in the testing of this tent. So I managed to remove the worst strain. Man, that was a lot of snow. So if you need a strong tent for the winter, for your truck, for your snowmobile or whatever, the Dutch one-man pop tent there is definitely an option. I'll put a link in the description to where I got it because they're not even expensive. This is an extremely strong tent. I mean, many tents would have collapsed. So I think it's time to go out and squeeze off a few rounds here. I'm testing this light here. It failed last time I used it, but I think the batteries are old, and many viewers also commented that their lights would do the same. They'll start blinking when you fire around and so on.
What is it?
I don't know, the lamp is going mad. But I don't know what it is. The batteries were in the light when I got the light, so they might have been sitting there for, I don't know, a year or something like this. A nice ejection pattern. Let's take a look down there. There we go, some nice hits there, there, there and there. Awesome. So yeah, as I said, it's a holiday today. In the old days it was the day of the Soviet army, then it became the day of the Russian Federation's army, and now it's the day of everybody who served in the forces, no matter which kind of forces. So it's a 4-day holiday from today and onwards. So I made a little table here we can take a look at, because I want to show you how Russians drink when they drink vodka, when they are drinking in a cultural way or normal way, you can say. And I can say that contrary to popular propaganda, Russians actually do not drink that much. I think last time I checked, Russia was on the 11th place or something of alcohol consumption. What I can see though is that there are some that drinks a lot. But and that sort of like makes the statistics looks a little bit funky, I'll say. As for myself goes, I don't drink very much alcohol at all actually, and I almost never ever drink vodka, but because you guys are here and because it's a holiday, then let's have a vodka. And the way Russians drink is that you have to have some snacks, zakuska, это обязательно. So what we have here is some black bread, rye bread. We have some pork and some home canned cucumbers and stuff, and that is very, very important. So yeah, the snacks are really important. The Russians cannot drink if there are no zakuska, if there are no snacks. It's not possible. The Russians eat after they have been drinking. So it goes like this: that we take our little glass here, we pour ourselves. I just take a half because I don't want to drink really, actually. We can put it back in the snow. Then we have our little vodka shot. And then we will take our vodka shot and drink it. And some bread. And you have to smell the bread. And then you eat a little bit. And cucumbers, canned cucumbers are awesome. The night shooting's gonna be afterwards, or the darkness shooting gonna be after this outro here. So yeah, guys, check the stuff in the description and blah 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 blah. Cheers, na zdrowie, zum Wohl. Skål! Wow. Bread is getting hard. See you! So time to run the Zenith D2 light once again. See if it starts flashing after I fire around. If it starts to flash, then I will, or blink, I will change the batteries and squeeze off another round. I'll just fire into the snowbank, nothing fancy. Okay guys, this is actually the second take. The first two rounds went fine, but the file got destroyed. So yeah, for the camera, do it 2 more times. Like the 2 first rounds, this also went normal, so yeah. So I actually don't really know what caused this malfunction last time. Maybe it was the cold, it was much colder back then. It was minus like 15, 18 or something, so yeah, this time no problem. So it's not recoil related or anything, which is of course shouldn't be.